Welcome back to another Spirit Island video. In this video, we're going to be covering another spectacular synergy. This time, looking at Fractured Days, Split the Sky, and Starlight. Now, this is a synergy that not many players know about, and I didn't even know about this until a couple months ago when I was playing Fractured in one of the Discord games, and there was a Starlight player, and I just decided to see what happens if I slipped Boon of Reimagining early on, and the game was bananas. And I then did the combo a couple more times, and I was surprised just how consistent and strong the combo is. Now, whole plan is to abuse Boon of Reimagining. And Starlight has a couple builds that works Boon of Reimagining into it. I'm just going to showcase the standard build here, and that's where Starlight will go. They'll choose 3 growth options. They will gain, they'll place a presence, gain an energy, and the card gain. And this is the opening that I show in my Starlight video. So they do this, they just do a very standard Starlight opening. And then they'll play Shape as well as Boon of Reimagining turn 1. They also gain a power card, so let's do that. Oh goodness, these are some cards. Let's just grab that one. And we'll play these 2 cards. Okay, so they'll be playing Boon of Reimagining as well as Shape on that turn 1. And so now what happens is Fractured does Fractured things. Here's our days, and of course we got some really overpowered cards here. Sweep, we have Voice, we have Bargains, we have Sky Stretch, Entrancing, lots of very good cards. But the Fractured plan is just a very standard. I like to G3 here, doing this, getting 3 time. And I then grab one of these cards. I'm just going to grab whatever. We'll grab this card. Sometimes I play a card, sometimes I don't. Well, now what happens is instead of Starlight taking Boon of Reimagining for itself, Starlight actually gives this card out to Fractured. And the whole point of this is to power up Fractured and have them draft a ton of extra Sun Moon cards. And so let's do that. So Fractured will take that Boon of Reimagining, gaining an energy, and we'll get 2 cards. Oh my, and there's Portents. And the whole point of this is just so that I can find a lot of cards. So I have Portents here. Let's grab that for sure. It's a perfect element for us. And then the rest of these cards are pretty medium. So I get one more of these cards. I'll probably go with like Gold's Allure. I don't know. I'm just picking a random card, and then we'll put a card in my days. And if I put more thought into that, I would have picked a card. I would have picked a card that could synergize with these majors. Oh, and forgot Boon of Reimagining makes me forget a card. You always want to forget 4 times Sideways. This card is garbage on you. Usually you forget this card for majors anyway, and this gives you an excuse to really easily forget it early on. So that's the whole point of this combo. So Starlight's giving you that Boon of Reimagining. It powers up your hand. You get access to essentially 2 more cards. And then, yeah, so that is the plan. So now Starlight is going to use that Moon. We'll stop a Explore that from building. Then they'll take Shape, getting a power card. So let's get a power card with Shape. Let's grab Carapace Land. 1, 2, 3, and we'll forget Shape. And we'll time pass. So essentially, we've played a very standard game of Fractured, and then very close to standard with Starlight. The only thing that was not standard was giving that boon out to Fractured. Of course, this game I get both tri-element defense, which is very sad, but here we are. So the next thing with Starlight is, once again, you're going to get a power card. You're going to place a presence, and normally you get the energy. That's normally what you would do if you're playing standard Starlight stuff. But the build diverges is because you're going to take this Reclaim 1 here. And you're going to reclaim 1 Boon of Reimagining. So reclaimed, places a presence, and then we get a power card. I'm just going to grab a random card. Let's grab this guy. You then get your elements. Let's say I get, in this game, I would go with plant. We'd play our 2 tri-element cards, of course. And so actually, this is where I actually wouldn't have to do plant. So this is where it actually kind of diverges. Let's say I don't play Nature's Resilience, and I play Boon of Reimagining, because this is the whole point of the combo. You could do Nature's Resilience plus Carapace plus Boon of Reimagining if you get slips. and that's what we're going to showcase here. So Fractured is now going to do the G2 here. Getting a minor, I'm going to get, oh my goodness, another tri-elements. Oh, the tri-elements, go. I then get my moon. I'm going to gain a time, and I'm going to gain, I'm going to place a presence board, and then I get +2 plays. And then a lot of times I'll be playing my stasis, my blur, my past return. So I'm going to play three of my uniques. Now, of course, I did draw tri-elements, so likely I would do things differently this game, but I'm just showcasing the strategy if you don't draft those. And I'll also play my other card. So now, as you can see, I've maxed out my left innate slip. And the whole point of this combo is getting to this point right here. So Fractured is going to give a slip out to Starlight. Starlight is going to make Boon of Reimagining fast. Starlight will take it for itself. Starlight will get 2 cards. Now Starlight gets to reclaim a card. Starlight will reclaim Boon of Reimagining. Then Starlight gets to play a card. Starlight will play Boon of Reimagining. So Starlight took a slip. Then Starlight will take a second slip. Go back. And Starlight will do it again. Boon of Reimagining. And this is where you would, like if you're playing with a third or fourth player, that's when that other player gets that next Boon of Reimagining. And then at this point, you then get to reclaim a card. So you can either choose to reclaim Boon of Reimagining here, play it. And in this case, so we've had one Boon of Reimagining went to Starlight, another one went to another player, and then you'd have one more that would go off in the slow. And this only costs us 2 slips. Now, instead of playing Boon of Reimagining, you could play another card, in which case to hit your innate threshold. And that's where I was mentioning earlier, where you'd play like this card here, and now all of a sudden you'd have your 3 plant or whatever thresholds you're trying to get. You can be able to set that up instead. But the whole point of this combo is to mass Boon of Reimagining. You played it once on Fracture turn 1, and then you're going to play it between 2 and 3 times on turn 2. And essentially, draw through the deck. With 2 spirits here, we've drafted 66 cards, and that's not factoring in. We have 1 to 2 Boon of Reimaginings left. So when this is all said and done, you've drafted half of the deck, about half of the deck. I think you're at 54 cards by the end of turn 2, which is that's pretty insane. You've seen pretty much everything. So I mean that's pretty much the combo. Playing very standard Starlight stuff. You're gonna spam slips on Boon of Reimagining and then go from there. Now, one of the other things you can do with this combo is if you tech a little bit differently. Oh, I always forget to do this. So when you take the first Boon of Reimagining with Starlight, you're going to want to forget Gather. So that's the card you forget. So, okay, looking at other builds with Starlight there is a build that not many people know about. Essentially what you want to do is you want to go to the energy and the card gain, and then you want to go towards a reclaim half. So ideally you'd go turn 1 presence from here, and then same plan with Fractured, and then turn 2 you block this off, and then it's essentially the exact same turn, or the exact same setup as you were previously that I shown, except now you'll be able to get a steady income of energy, and you've locked out, or you have 1 less card draft because you didn't get that card draft on turn 1. But the whole point of this is now you can kind of leverage majors better because you're going to be getting that energy constantly from this this growth option here. I've seen the build work both times. I've seen this combo work with both types of builds, and it's had pretty good success. So, and then of course Starlight just plays this normal game. It techs towards majors, and then Fracture just abuses that. Now, you don't have to do this combo when you're playing with these two spirits. You could just play a very normal Starlight game, a very normal Fractured game of slipping stuff. You just don't focus on slipping that Boon of Reimagining early. I'm not sure which is better yet, because I've used both the combo as well as not doing the combo. I mean, I've had good results. I mean, these are both great spirits. I mean, Fractured top 4 in the game. And then Starlight is also a very, very strong spirit as well. Some people argue top 4, could be top 8. Definitely in the upper tier. So if you like this video, like, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys in the next video.